Hey, what is up guys, Woo here back with a brand new video, and today we are going to be doing part 2 of What If Deku Had a Teleportation Quirk. This one's already going to be shorter than the other ones I have previously made recently, and that's because the files got corrupted, so I had to rewrite all these, and I work a lot. So ahead of time, I'm sorry. If you want to check out the other videos on the series, well, I guess there's only one part though, you can check the card in the top right hand corner. So without further ado, let's get straight into this What If. Deku gets ready for his first day at school, excited for UA High. He hops on the train and heads to school. As he walks to his first period of the day, he sees the girl that he had saved at the entrance exam, but he's too nervous to walk up to her and say hi. He keeps running on his way to class when all of a sudden he trips. He starts falling, but then all of a sudden he starts floating. It was that girl named Ochiko Uraraka. She caught him and says, "You know it's a bad omen to fall, right?" Deku tries to reposition himself, but keeps floating. She apologizes for that and releases her quirk, allowing him to stand normally. She says she's on the way to first period and wondering if Deku wanted to walk with her. He says sure, and they start to walk to class. They start looking at each other's schedule and realize they have pretty much the exact same schedule, meaning they are a part of the same class. Then, when they open the door, they see a certain blonde kid that Deku knows all too well. Bakugo jumps out of his chair and starts screaming at Deku, asking how he got into the same class he did. Deku shrugs and tells him that he thinks it's just bad luck on Bakugo's end, since he's about to outpace him. Bakugo asks him to repeat that one more time. Before he can, though, someone opens the door. This teacher tells everybody to quiet down, and he starts introducing himself. He says that his name is Aizawa, and he's going to teach them this year how to become true heroes, and that they all need to get into their gym outfits because they are going to go on the field for their first lesson. They go outside and everybody gets ready to see what the first lesson is, and Aizawa proceeds to explain that he's going to put them through the ringer, and that they're going to be participating in a Cork apprehension test, and that the loser will be expelled and sent home. All the students start to freak out, wondering who's going to get expelled today. Aizawa says that they better be ready to go beyond their limits, plus ultra, because they're going to use their quirks to their absolute limit. Aizawa then proceeds to explain that the first test is going to be a 50-meter dash. Deku gets paired with Bakugo, and Deku gets himself ready. He looks ahead, ready to activate his quirk. His eyes glow blue, and then he blinks, leaving a giant dust cloud behind him. He gets to the other end of the meters incredibly quick, and thanks to his quirk, he's able to do it in less than 2 seconds, while Bakugo gets there in about 4.3. Bakugo screams at Deku, telling him that if it was a different scenario, he would definitely have won. Deku tells him good luck, and that he'll probably beat him in the next few anyway. We'll skip the next few rounds of this test and get to the big one that everybody knows, which is the ball throw. And we'll see how this version of Deku approaches this scenario. So Deku stands there wondering how he's going to approach the ball throw, since his quirk isn't exactly meant for ball throws, but then he thought of an idea at that exact moment. He grabs the ball from the teacher and gets himself ready. He looks up into the sky and then blinks to the farthest distance he can see. He looks down and sees that he's incredibly high up in the air. Deku then looks as far forward as he can again and blinks one more time. Then, while in the air, he throws the ball to see how far it can land. The ball hits the ground and Deku lands back on the field. Aizawa looks at his phone and sees the ball went about 500 meters. Aizawa smirks, being impressed, while the rest of the students get their ball throws done as well, with Bakugo beating Deku this round. And then Bakugo proceeds to boast in front of Deku, while Deku tells him he'll beat him next time. The results of the test come back, and everybody placed relatively high, but remember, the last student gets expelled, and that student was Minoru Mineta. Mineta starts to freak out and cry, thinking that he got expelled from UA High. But then all of a sudden, Aizawa smirks, saying that it was a rational deception to deceive them, and that nobody's going to get expelled that day. Everybody is relieved, as Aizawa thinks to himself that he would have easily expelled someone, but since all of them showed great potential, he decided not to expel anyone. Then, a few days pass, and Deku gets ready for his next trial. He starts wondering what this trial is going to be when he hears a certain blonde man jump into the building, yelling, "I am here." He starts to freak out as he sees that it is the #1 hero, All Might. All Might proceeds to explain what the assignment he is going to conduct with them today is going to be. It is a battle trial. Everybody starts wondering what the battle trial is, and All Might explains it. He says that the battle trial is basically going to consist of 2 students versus 2 students, a hero team and a villain team. The villain team is going to have to hold off the heroes and make sure that the heroes can't touch their bomb. And then All Might proceeds to explain that the bomb is set to a 15-minute timer, giving them 15 minutes to stop the villains if you are on the hero team. Deku gets excited, wondering how he's going to have to approach it, who he's going to team up with, and how he is going to win this battle trial. Then All Might says, "Everybody get into your hero costumes." Deku gears up in his hero costume and then proceeds to walk outside. He sees everybody in their outfits there, and Ochiko walks up to him asking him what his costume is all about. Deku mentions to her that he has gloves that are weighted, so whenever he tries to hit someone, it will do some extra damage since he's really not that strong himself, and he needs to have some power to his punches. They are heavy though, so his reactions to certain moves might be a little delayed since he's not quite used to it yet. Then he also explains that he has an entire belt full of escape tools, such as things like smoke bombs and things like that, ropes to tie his opponents up, etc. Then he also says that the headgear that he's wearing is a thing connected to a bunch of cameras, and these cameras help him see farther distances, since his quirk relies on distance. So she compliments how great he was able to adapt to his situation, and that his costume is pretty well tailored to his quirk. Then everybody gets around in a circle. There's a giant box in front of them, and they all start picking out their teammates. Now, for the sake of time, I'm just going to say that all of them get the same pairing. So everybody's paired with the exact same people, and you know what that means. That means Deku and Bakugo are going against each other in the upcoming battle trial. And boom, that's where we're going to end this episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part of the What If saga of What If Deku had a teleportation quirk, be sure to like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and we'll shoot for 80 likes this time. I don't know. That's a little more than what I asked last time. So if you guys want to see part 3, make sure you guys hit 80 likes, and then I will see you guys in the next video. So again, like, favorite, comment, subscribe. I'll see you then. Peace out. Bye-bye.